Hey, welcome back everybody in YouTube land. Well, we have someone back in the spotlight again. I just had her put the racks on, but now she's getting close to 50,000 miles and my brake light keeps coming on, so that it needs fluid. And here's the key: if it needs fluid, more or less it's gonna need these brake pads. Because what happens is, as the brakes go down, the fluid goes down in the reservoir. Now you can add more fluid to it, but it's telling you that these brakes are about gone. So instead of getting down to where it's going to destroy my rotor, we're going to replace these. I went online and I bought these ceramic brake pads, and we're going to go ahead and take this off and check it out. And I'm going to bring you along showing you how to change the brakes on a 2015 Dodge Ram ProMaster 1500. Now this will be the same for the 25 and the 3500. No matter what ProMaster you got, they're all the same. So the suspension's the same. Well, I have a popular belief, but it is the same. So I'll get things ready here, get my tools out, and hey, we'll dig into this thing. I'll put you in the stand. Alright, here we go. Now, if you know, ProMasters have bolts. They don't have plug nuts. So in case you know, that's what they have. Alright, let's see here. Look. Just dropping everything. Give me a alright. Give me a little table holding it. Oh, okay. And yes, my tires are getting low, and I actually got brand new tires for it. Now let me pull you out of here. Now these ain't down all the way. I don't know if you can see it in there. But they are getting thin. They're like, I don't know if you can see it. Hey, can you see it right there? So they're like a 1/4 inch. Not bad, but you know, I'm going to go ahead and replace these because I got them. They're not that expensive. That way I don't have to worry about it. You know, they might last, maybe until next fall. But let's go ahead and we're going to pop this off of here. And we'll go ahead and I'll get my tools and I'll bring you back on. Hey, here we're back. It's been about 4 days because when I got in there taking these off, I found that these were wore out about a good, I'll show you the groove. So I had to order these. So I had to stop progress, but now I'm back and I had to get the right tool. This is a 14. Let's get it right so you can see it. 14. And that's what we're going to use to take that off. There's two of them here. One here. If you look back here, you find one at the bottom there. And you got this one at the top. That'll pull this off to put your new brake pads on. And we'll have to take these out. These are lining for lining up because they use bolts, they put these on here to line these up. So they can help you line the tire up. So it ain't so bad. It works out pretty good. Alright, so we got this wire. I think this is to tell you when it's wearing down. Goes on there. So I gotta zip that off. I did not bring my, let me see, I'll have to see if I brought my, I'll have to check again, stand so you can watch it. I'll go check and I'll bring back. Alright, well I didn't bring my stand, but I'll bring you along on the process. First of all, what you want to do is, you probably, I'm not sure, let's see here, let's see what's in here. I don't see nothing in there, might, but here's the issue. I can't, just to change the brakes, you might be able to pull that off, but let's pop this back on. But being that I got to take the rotors off too, because this thing will stay on, that's got to come off. So I'll bring you along when I get that pulled off. I got to get you a piece of wire or something to hold this up, to maybe the spring or something, so you don't put a bunch of tension on this and mess up your brake line. So I'll bring you back on and get a little farther. Okay, here's a little setup. I just wired it onto here, wired it up to there, because when you pull this off, this thing's pretty heavy, especially on this big of a vehicle, so it'll hold it. So I'll go ahead and take it off and show you here. Alright, because I told you this lip was on the back, I don't know if you can see that, there's a lip from that wearing down. This won't pull off. It's hanging on to that lip. There's a little bit of lip in the front too. So that won't pull off. So what you're going to have to do is get in here and you're going to have to pry this apart to get some, to push that cylinder back in a little bit. Let's see if I can get it here. Okay, I'm going to have two hands. What you got to do, you got to push the cylinder, if you can see it back in there, back in a little bit, give you some room to pull that off. When I get off, I'll bring you back on. Okay, so that didn't work. So what it is, I put a big clamp on here, which you're going to have to clamp this down and push this in anyway. So I just put the clamp on that, on the brake pad, and just turn it in. Now it's going to free it up. See, it's about ready to fall off now, but then I had the wire on there, right? See, now she pops off. Now we can get those. See, that inner brake was wore down. See it? It was ready to go. Now, really, there's too much tension on that, so I'm going to have to shorten this up because there's too much tension on that when I tried to let it down. So I'll bring it back on to get a little farther here. Alright, now these brakes pads just pop out of here like that. Now this one's got the wire on it because they anticipate, which they're right. You got to pull that off. There's a little thing. I got to have two hands to do that. There it is. I pulled it off. So you just pull that off, push that through the hole. Yeah, the wire broke off, but that's fine. I ain't worried about that. There it is. So you can see that was gone. But that was the inner one. The outer one still got some meat. But this one here was getting down to metal. I think you can see some. See, it was getting down there. So, good thing to replace it when we did. Alright, now I got to get a little socket and zip this off to put the new, hang on, I'll bring it back on. Alright, as you see, these just screw out. Just come out, let's set them right there. And this thing's going to take two hands to get off. It's on there pretty good. Alright, got the new one on here. Got it lined up. Screw those in there. The other one should be opposite down here. There we go. Okay. Tighten those up. And we'll get the new, use this. I want to use an impact on this now. Alright, now I'll squash that in. I think it is in all the way. So we should be good to go with the new brakes. And that's here. So we got one with the wire, one without a wire. Okay, as before, we got to fish that wire through there, through this hole. Fish that wire through that hole right there. So that'll take 2 hands, so I'll just bring it back on and show you when I got her all complete. Alright, got her back on there. Got them zipped back in there tight. It was a little trying to get those brakes into these little keepers. Took a little bit of doing, but I got her in there. So now I got this, untie this up here and use that on the other side. I got the other side to do, but there we go. Got her on there, ready to go for another run. I showed you the brakes, and let me show you the rotor. I don't know if you can see that lip. It's not awful, but you know, it's here you can see the lip here. So it's a pretty good sized lip on that. So I'd rather than take any chance. It was like 80 bucks for the 2. It's well worth it. So we're back to new going forward. These lasted, what was on here lasted 50,000 miles. Getting ready to be 50,000 miles. So, and this used to be like a FedEx truck or something. They borrowed it. You know, they use it till like 16,000 miles. So hopefully I don't put as much stops on it as it is. So I hope it'll last at least 50,000 or more. So maybe not have to do this till 100,000 miles on this vehicle. All right, well, I hope that helps somebody, and I got to do the same thing on the other side, but it'll just be boring because it's going to be the same thing we did here. So everybody have a good one, and hope this, like I said, helps somebody. And subscribe, push the like button, push the bell to get notifications for whenever I put up videos. As I always say, you never know what you're going to see on here. But like I always say, as long as you're upright and walking, it's a good day. Take care, everybody.